count it, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Fitzpatrick now after the fumble recovery. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for the Dolphins. 54 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Mike 48. Here we go.
Hey, color.
Come on, switch it.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. It's Parker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. That goes for a gain of 31.
A gain of 31 yards. And a Raven first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
6-man.
Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A good pickup there at 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And again, it's Ingram. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I'm coming for you. Wide, get wide.
Jackson from the shotgun. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Regular.
Now Fitzpatrick. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They'll run here with Balaj. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll go down at the 28.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Fitzpatrick. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. These two teams all tied after 1. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
All day, just like that.
To throw again, Fitzpatrick. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now, these two teams have met a total of 15 times starting back in 1997. Of course, remember, Baltimore was moved from Cleveland by owner Art Modell back in 1996, so they didn't have a team prior to that. But they met in 97, 15 times since then. The most recent meeting was back in 2017, a 40-0 rout by the Ravens over the Dolphins in October of that year.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
52 and 56, 52 and 56.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Michael Pierce in all of his 340-pound glory gets the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete.
The first time I saw Marcus Peters was in a practice session when he's at the University of Washington. I literally was watching someone else, and my eyes kept going to him. I thought he played the corner position with extreme intelligence, even as an undergrad there.
What year was that?
It would have.
And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3rd and 2, here's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're running. Ingram. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Kill!
It's been a long day for you.
They run it with Balaj. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, 28 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Switch gears.
7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 38, Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
First down, Ravens.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson going to get this out to Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Jackson will throw again. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28.
A gain of 16 yards.
Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Going deep here for Parker. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Parker unable to get that one. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And an alley to run. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Fitzpatrick on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Bucky Hodges, 53 yards. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This is Ingram on first and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Balaj. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Jackson now. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it's going to be second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Griffin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Bilal. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You get rock me. You get over.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Durham Smythe, 28 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now it's Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Jackson now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. On 2nd and 12, Jackson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Jackson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. 9 time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, they go screen. This is Ingram. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards on the first down, keeper it at 2nd and 1. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, it's Balaj. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Matt Judon there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.